السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين، والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. أما بعد فأوصيكم بتقوى الله، فإنه حبل متين وعروة وثقى. صلوات. بسم الله على محمد. Dear brothers and sisters in Iman, first of all I advise myself for taqwa, parhizgari and piety, and then I advise all of you for the same. We are in the month of Rajab, and as we have discussed earlier that these 3 months, Rajab, Sha'ban and Ramadan, are the spring season of Islamic spirit and Islamic spirituality. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with one more opportunity in our lifetime to revive our spirit, to work on our spirituality and uplift it, and to improve ourselves as the sincere servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now it's up to us to take the advantage of every day and every night of first this month, Rajab, whose already 7 days have passed. Today is the 7th of Rajab, I believe, and only 22 or 23 days are left for this month. Every day and every night is very precious. And then, inshallah, we will enter in the month of Sha'ban. And finally, if Allah gives us the honor and opportunity to live that long, to enter in the month of Ramadan. So, basically, in these 3 months, what we need to do is to engage more in ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when we do ibadat, the ibadat in these 3 months should be little different than our normal way of doing ibadat. We are human beings. No matter what we do, we lose our concentration after a while. And we start focusing, we start concentrating, and then something happens and we lose the focus and we lose the concentration. And then we again go back to the square one, and we lose the taste and we lose that intensity. Very few people are blessed that they don't lose the concentration or they don't lose that intensity. Otherwise, most of the people, they have this issue, that which is their spirit or their spirituality constantly goes up and down. They are in a struggle of back and forth. But as long as we are taking note of it, we are monitoring our condition, and we are trying our best to keep coming back to the track, and we are constantly making conscious effort to keep improving ourselves, we are fine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Kareem. He is forgiving, He is pardoning. And as we read in this dua, which we read in the month of Rajab, Ya man yu'til kathira bil qaleel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives much more in return to whatever little bit we offer to Him. So we cannot come to the same level of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do business with Him as equal partners. We, no matter what we do, it is still going to be very humble and very little. And this is His generosity, that He takes that little one and then He multiplies it and He gives us much better rewards for that, because of His kindness, because of His generosity, because we are we and He is He. But what makes difference is not the quantity, my brothers and sisters. That is something what we always need to keep in mind. Quantity and numbers don't make the difference. It's quality. It's that feeling which we have when we come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what mindset we have. And then when we stand in front of Him, meaning what is our mental condition at that time, what is in our heart, how do we stand in front of Him with what kind of humility, hudu and khushu, and the presence of our heart, and feeling ourselves nothing in front of Him, and surrendering totally to His majesty and to His power and to His Kamal and Jamal. That makes the difference. 2 rakat prayer with that kind of spirit, with that kind of devotion, with that kind of humility, with that kind of presence of heart, is much better than praying 100 rakat, spending whole night, but it is just up and down and only counting that how many prayed and how many left, and only the numbers, math, but the attention is somewhere else, mind is somewhere else, and not enjoying it. That doesn't really take us anywhere. So, it's again something we will talk little later, that there are ways where we can improve ourselves over the time that we start enjoying it. We increase the concentration span. We can do, instead of 2 rakat with that quality, we can do maybe 4 rakat. Maybe we can do 6 rakat. Then maybe we can do 10 rakat. then maybe we can do more. It is a constant effort it is just developing the taste of ibadat. And then it is not only ibadat. There are certain other things which we do or which we don't do. They have also role in our developing this taste of ibadat or not developing the taste of ibadat. Ulama of akhlaq, they always give this example of when they say, when if you are sick, when you are ill, no matter how delicious food they put in front of you, you don't enjoy it. Doesn't have any taste in your mouth. While it is very tasty for the other person who is eating, sitting on the same table, you don't have any taste for it, and you don't like it, you don't enjoy it, you don't eat it. So there's nothing wrong with the food. It's just because you are sick, you are ill, you don't have that appetite or you don't have the taste in your mouth because of the aches and pains and because of all those worries and whatever is going on, so you don't enjoy it. Same is ibadat. Imam Ali is praying, and look at his prayer. Sayyida Zahra Salamullah Alayha is praying, Imam Hussain is praying, Shuhada, people, Prophet, all those examples, and very spirited people. And here is myself, that who is pushing myself to bring this 2 rakat prayer, make every now and then, let me do this, let me do this, let me take care of this, let me take care of that, I can praise, yeah, it's getting late, but yeah, I will make it. And just going through that struggle even to bring myself to the prayer. And when I come in the prayer again, physically I'm praying, but mentally still I'm on my desk or on my table or in my work from where I came. And now again my mind is on the same things where I'm heading after prayer. Now when I finish the prayer and I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this. So it is that kind of prayer. No taste, no joy, no spirituality, nothing. And after doing 2 rakat prayer, I'm as I was before doing it. I don't have the feelings of that, meaning upliftment of soul. I don't feel that. I enjoyed it. It is just when you do certain things, you enjoy it and you have feelings of that. You feel fresh. You feel that, oh, you did it and you enjoyed it. So why these things don't happen? Because we think only important thing is qiyam and ruku and sajda. And whatever we recite, the du'as, sometimes we take too seriously the numbers and this up and down. While this is only one thing. The other thing is basically how much understanding I have of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning how good I understand Allah, that in front of Him I am standing to pray and I know I'm talking with Him. So that makes a big difference. Meaning reading more about Allah, thinking more about Allah, pondering more about Allah, and then increasing in our knowledge and our awareness about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then His power, His majesty and His favors upon us and His bounties upon us, and then enjoying that relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then going to Him and talking to Him and doing this namaz for Him, is going to be totally different than I have no idea about Him other than He is Allah and He is one, and that's it. As a child, my parents taught me Allah is one, and I'm still standing just there, Allah is one, and then I have not grown more than that in ma'rifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That who is He? And if I increase in that ma'rifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where I can start seeing Him, and I start seeing Him everywhere. even to a level where Arif says that I don't see anything other than Allah. That is the utmost level. It's not only that you start seeing him in this thing, or you start seeing him here, or you start seeing him there, and once a while here and there, when big things happen in my life, I can understand, oh, there is Allah and I see the hand of Allah. But only in big things. When we grow and grow and grow in spirit, then what happens? We see him in every big and everything small. Whether it is a little item, you say atom, that little thing parts in atom, or it is sun. Everywhere you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then when we have that kind of relationship with Allah, that's one thing. The other thing is good deeds, good lifestyle, spiritual lifestyle, spiritual companies, spiritual friendships. So if we are in that kind of company, if we are around those kind of people who are people of spirit, spiritual people, and if we are doing good, and if we are doing things which uplift the soul, we are volunteering. For example, we are pleasing our parents, we are doing ihsan bil walidain, we are feeding the needy, we are taking care of an orphan, we are, for example, helping a widow, we are doing some other acts of service. So when we are more and more into those things, and then from there when we come to the salat, when we come to the masjid, so it is totally different feeling. Now you are, because you have been in service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your spirit is high, and you have that energy, you have that spirit. So when you come from those kind of actions, and then you come and stand in the prayer, so you are in the same lane. You are not changing the lanes here abruptly. You were in the service of Allah consciously, and now you come and stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there are reasons that why we don't have presence of heart in the prayer, why we don't appreciate, why we don't enjoy, why we don't feel upliftment. So this is just to start the discussion. Time is already over. I cannot explain much more than this, but I think that we were able to get the idea that meaning ibadat is not only numbers. How many rakat? 100, 50, 60, 70. If we can do those, that's fine. But it is not only qiyam and ruku and sajda, my brothers and sisters. It is that spirit. It is that feeling. It is that faith. It is that humility. It is that I surrender in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I come to terms with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'm standing with full of love and faith and understanding. Let me at least read this one beautiful hadith from Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam and conclude the khutbah. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam says, Allah wa innaka law wajadta halawata ibadatillah. If you would have tasted the sweetness of the ibadat of Allah, wa ra'aita barakatiha, and if you had experienced the blessings of ibadat, wastada'ta binureha, and if you would have been seen things in the light of that ibadat, which the insight which you get from ibadat, if you had experienced that insight of ibadat and the sweetness of ibadat and the blessings of ibadat, if you had personally experienced some of that, lam tasbir anha sa'atan wahidatan, you wouldn't stay away from getting again this experience of salat, even you wouldn't stay away for one hour away from it. It is just if you enjoy something and that gives you boost, and that is something which you enjoy the most in your life. You know how often you want to come back and do again the same thing, how much you are always thinking of craving for it, thinking for it, and trying to never you get tired of it, and whenever you get the chance you want to go back because this gives you boost, you enjoy it, you love it, it helps you. So Imam says prayer has those things. But if you are not enjoying the sweetness of it, if you are not enjoying the blessings of it, if you are not enjoying the insight out of it, this is why you are not going for it. Otherwise, if you had experienced and enjoyed it, walau qutta'ta irban, even if you have been cut into the pieces here and there, it was not that you have some aches in body or you are enjoying some problem. No, even if you were cut into the pieces, you would still like to come back and engage in ibadat. Then Imam alayhi salatu wasalam said, فَمَا أَعْرَضَ مَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْهَا إِلَّا بِحِرْمَانِ فَوَائِدِ السَّبْقِ مِنَ الْعِصْمَ وَالتَّوْفِيقِ. The people who are not enjoying it, and those who are not experiencing it, and those who are avoiding from ibadat, it is because they have done certain things knowingly or unknowingly, which are becoming the barriers for them, and they are mahroom, they are deprived of tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those little things which we do in our daily life, those deprive us from this honor of ibadat. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't give us tawfiq to come and stand in front of Him. Just these backbitings, spreading rumors, assassinating the character of other people, doing bad things, little things which we think are okay or everybody is doing it, so it's very innocent, I'm doing it, no problem. But Imam Sadiq says, you do those things during the day, and then when you go in evening and you put your head on the pillow that I will stand up in the middle of night and do my salatul tahajjud and namaz-e-shab, and then what happens? You miss it. It's already morning. Imam says it is because of those things which you have done in that day. Allah didn't like to accept you. He didn't give you that honor. So basically what you do between those prayers affect your prayer and the quality of your prayer. If you keep yourself clean and neat and in spirit, then the quality of prayer goes up. And if in between the prayers we become mindless and we keep doing everything else, and then we come and run and do the prayer, it is a prayer, but it's not the same prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. We will inshallah expand on that in coming khutbahs. Recite salawat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحليم الكريم غافر الذنب وقابل التوب وهو الغفور الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين علي بن أبي طالب وعلى سيدة نساء العالمين فاطمة الزهراء وعلى الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة وعلى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي. اللهم صل على مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان وعلى آبائه الكرام اتصل الليالي والأيام. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة.